Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a League of Legends replay. Today we do have the first of many hopeful games, a series between the FourCourtJester as well as the Captain Barbosa. We handpicked our teams and we went at it 5v5 custom style. So, we are going to have the FourCourtJester team in the top, the Captain Barbosa team in the bottom, and I am going to have with me guest commentating Strato, the Jarvan 4 you see before you. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, still hurting after that last match, but I think I'll manage.
Yeah, I hope that your wounds aren't too grievous to get over. Oi, oi, oi.
Haha, because you had Last Whisper. Deep wounds, got it.
Yep, we'll get to that, no worries. But yeah, we did, Barbosa is just like, hey, let's do, 5-on-5, we'll take you on. I was like, okay, fine, sure, no worries. And then you guys came, and you brought the pain, and I thought it was a pretty good game overall, but I hear, a little bit of instability amongst the ranks.
Yeah, if you don't keep, your teammates in line and, show them what, there's got to be some leader. I'm not arrogant myself, but there's got to be a leader. I'm not a leader, I'm a follower. We all are followers, and that's the problem.
So, too many Indians, not enough chiefs.
Exactly.
It's usually the other way around, weirdly enough. It's usually all those solo queue players like, just do what I say, damn it. But no, nobody took the reins, huh?
It was lack of communication between the teammates that ultimately led to our, I'm gonna say, for lack of a better term, failure.
They could have played better, but that's why it's going to be an ongoing series of games, right?
Yes. You learn when faced with this kind of challenge that either you need to stick together and ward places, keep people on the know. I mean, in the know. I mean, if someone's having trouble with a Kali, you need to switch for I think Amumu would have been good for a Kali because she seemed to be more apt to dive. But I don't know. That Akali seemed pretty smart. Yeah, this nasty guy was pretty nasty with that Akali, I have to say.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, Nasty is his stream nickname. But, he plays a very mean carry role, I'll tell you that right off the bat. So we are going to get this rolling here, guys. Going to do a quick intro. FourCourtJester there on that Ashe. Trend 72 on the Soraka. Wiggles XD for the Olaf. Donkey Punch 253 for that Fiddles. Fiddle in the middle? Actually, did he go middle? I can't remember. And Nasty is going to be on that Akali. Would you like to introduce your team?
It's a call. Not a collie. That is Barbosa on. Wow.
Let's try that again.
Rewind. Okay. As Barbosa on Soraka, it's me as Jarvan, as Reed the Guardian, as Misfortune, it's Spooky as Amumu, and I forget. Oh, 2/3 God. On that Anivia, and from what I hear from the other team, Anivia was a bitch to kill.
Oh, that egg, man, I swear to God.
Hey, you were thinking about getting Guardian's Angels, so you're kind of lucky.
Yeah, it would have been doubly painful to note. Now, did you guys see us here in these bushes? Like, we all gained up for a level 1 fight. We went straight over to your blue. We CV'd and found an Amumu and that Anivia, but then strangely enough, you guys all disappeared. Did you have, like, any insight into that? Or did you just run out of fear?
No, I saw the clairvoyance and told them that, it's a no-go, just chill, go to your lanes, and so they threw the lanes and chilled.
Yeah, Donkey Punch was like, oh, they were watching our stream, that's how they saw us, but I really don't think that's...
There's a lot of accusations on our team for that, too. It's just...
I was streaming myself, so it would have been pretty obvious had I been doing it.
All I said was, it'd be kind of stupid if you're playing a champion and you're trying to watch the team at the same time, or the stream at the same time.
It happens, but yeah, you're quite right. I mean, it takes a lot of focus and a lot of that. So the lanes are kind of solidifying. I do see Strato, you're down here. We're like, why is he solo? Oh, look, there's the Captain Barbosa. He's actually just gonna look inside that bush for some silly reason, so I try to get him back out of there. But yeah, Ashe Soraka versus the Jarvan. Soraka down south, Fiddle in the middle up against that crazy unkillable bird, and then we had Nasty up top on Akali, taking on that misfortune. Now, we did have the Olaf jungle. He started off with his wraiths down here, already level 2, and you guys had a Moo. Did he start off at blue?
He didn't.
Where did he start off?
He started just jungling on the smaller golems. He wanted to get some farm up before he went for that blue.
So he started like way up top?
Yeah, he felt pretty secure that me and Soraka could help him out at blue. I don't know like where your Olaf was at the time, but he was pretty concerned with that Olaf.
Olaf is a beast of a jungle, I'll tell you that. You don't really see him that much anymore. A lot of other heroes are taking preference, but I mean, when played well, I've been told that Wiggles actually his main is that Olaf, so he definitely knows what to do. In fact, he just went back to town. I think he finished up his Madreds at 3 minutes. Nope, got himself some boots. He really wanted to try to get some ganks off, but just the lanes just did not cooperate with him.
I think at this point, me and Jay were the only ones talking to each other. Yeah, we were the guys probably the most active in the Skype call.
Mm-hmm.
It was and it was mostly like, are they listening to our stream? Or what? Are they listening to our stream? And there was some, you know, there's always that, you know, oh, it's FourCourt, he's listening to the stream. So we tried to test.
Oh, thanks.
And we counted down. Yeah, we counted down to. We were like, all right, I'm gonna gank him in 3, 2, 1, and you moved, and we it was just luck that you moved.
I guess.
We swear to God, we're like, okay, type.
Totally wasn't us, and I'm pretty sure nobody was listening in because like we never had any kind of inside information. It would have been pretty obvious if you just tuned in and were talking about your stream. So I'm fairly sure it was a clean match.
It's a pretty I mean, it was casual anyways.
Yeah.
If anything, it would have just been funny.
So down south, I mean, me and you, we did do a little bit of dueling, you know, but we have gotten you down to some pretty decent low hit points. A lot of harass coming out, especially with infinite mana Soraka, you know, just feeding me those ice arrows. So yeah, we were able to keep you up by your tower a good bit. We were pretty paranoid about a Moo gank though, because what happens is we had a ward off the bat with Soraka, and at the 5-minute mark, it actually disappeared. We hadn't seen a Moo all game. So we were a little annoyed at that. So we actually get a CV off into the river, find out you're not there. We're a little bit more relieved, and we put down another ward. And I'm just trying to keep you in check, but you're quite the beast of a Jarvan.
I was trying to make sure you didn't get your farm off, which, you know, is hard, especially when, you know, I only got a spear every, I think it's 6.7 something seconds. And I was also trying to, you know, make sure Jay was okay and safe. And constantly on my mind was that like just Olaf coming in and nailing us. Once you got your 6s, it was okay. Cause if you arrowed me, but you arrowed Soraka, you seemed to want to target him first. Was that because of his heal?
Well, I mean, if I have to choose between a squishy and a non-squishy, I think I'm going to try to take out that squishy. You saw that multiple times throughout the fight.
I did.
Yes, you did, yeah.
We got pretty intimate. Toward the end, yeah.
It's all about our bromance down the line.
Yeah, dude.
Now, we won't give anything away, but it gets pretty interesting later on. Now, we did find an Amumu. We're about 6.5 minutes into the game now, Strato, and we found that Amumu mid, so we're feeling pretty good down south. The only problem is this is where Olaf went to counter jungle you guys. So we see that Amumu mid, you know, entertaining that fiddlesticks, and Wiggles is up there actually destroying your wraiths. Now, I don't remember the hit point values at all, but I don't think that Spooky was actually feeling too good because that fiddle, you know? Exactly like that. And so we find Olaf, you know, he's up here in these bushes, and he's like, oh look, there's a Moo. And he goes down in 3 shots. Well, 4 shots. 5 shots? I know he dies here, there we go. The replay's a little laggy, but yeah.
He wasn't feeling the Amumu thing here.
No.
I tried to tell him to get some boots of mobility just because, you know, we'd like that gank, you know, the Amumu bandage out of nowhere with an ult and then nothing you can do, you know.
Pretty crazy, that gank, yeah.
And I don't know. He didn't seem to talk all game, and I don't know. I just don't think he was on his game this match. But usually he can pull off some pretty amazing moves. That guy.
Well, he ended up being the first blood, but I mean, admittedly, being 7-minute first blood, that's pretty respectable. I mean, the teams are just enjoying themselves in the laning phase. Nasty and Misfortune up top, they're having themselves a blast. Me and you with the heal wars down south. Always trying to get those ice arrows off into your face, you know, the volley. But always trying to sneak in between.
I feel it coming.
Always trying to sneak in between those creeps. It's kind of really hard. I don't play Ashe that often, but Nasty went, you know, AP. They were like, well, we just need an AD hero. And they're like, do not play Severe. I'm like, aw.
I'm sorry, but like, they should really get rid of the dodge in the game, or buff it a little bit for Sivir at least. I mean, you got 2 champions that use dodge, and you know that's Jax and Sivir, and like Sivir's dodge only comes into play if you're running away.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, there's counters to dodge, and if you remove the mechanic, Jax would lose his power. It's just, I bet it's an ongoing argument going on in the Riot House all the time. But
could be. I do not know what goes through their developers' minds.
Ashe seemed to be the better choice, because looking back, if he had been Sivir, there would have been a little more difficult to get away from me, or to chase me for that matter.
Yeah, those ice arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we just passed the 9-minute mark, and Nasty took out Ryze up top. 1-on-1, absolutely 0 external influences. I can't imagine she enjoyed that.
No. That was about the time she called for a replacement. I think you're getting up to the point where.
Yeah, she went mid after that, I believe.
Yeah. And I think
Amumu's up there.
Oh man, yeah, Spooky. Yeah.
Yep. He went up there. Yeah.
He said, "I got this," and well, he had this for a little bit, and I would fill you in on what happened, but there was so much lack of communication between the teams. I didn't know what happened until I saw the teammate's death, because I was too busy making sure I wasn't the one dying. I mean, I could not take my screen off of you.
Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment, not to worry. Now, I did go back to town around the 9-minute mark as well, about the time that death occurred, as we did have, the mid went up top. 2/3 God, I guess, went to relieve Spooky because Ryze is now mid. And Ryze went with that Berserker's Greaves, tried to take on the Fiddle, just didn't work so much. And we got the double buff, Olaf just chasing her off. But yeah, I'm like, you know, there's a Strato in this lane. He's actually tying me for CS at the point. I think that was 52 a shot. Yeah, you're 57, I'm 66, because you just happened to disappear from the lane because you had pushed it, so you couldn't actually push it anymore. So I was able to surpass you at that point. But I did go back to town consciously saying, I'm going to take a BF sword first, you know? He's not able to touch me, keeping you in check, keeping your hit points in check. And, you know, this Amumu is not ganking. We got ourselves a safe ward here. And I'm not going to go with those boots first. And I think it was the better decision overall.
It was. It really was. If you hadn't had that additional damage, I would have been more apt to be a little bit more aggressive. But, you know, every 3 arrows, I was like, ow, okay, backing off here. It was almost an unexpected damage. And then every once in a while, your crit. That's what threw me off, man. Were you saving that for me, or was that just you waiting for a creep kill and saw the opportunity?
You're dumb luck sometimes, man. Like, I'm not running any kind of crit runes. I'm a poor summoner. I'm actually running armor pen and a little bit of MP5.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what I was running there. Now we did find Spooky up top with double buff, and our Olaf wasn't feeling so good right there. So we did have Nasty come in to help you out a little bit. Wiggles ran away into a snowball there from 2/3 God, but Fiddle, you know, that Fiddle, oh yeah, my arrow was a total fail arrow right there. But Fiddle comes up here with 2/3 God, you know, chasing him off. Nazi's going to get that egg down. Not too sure they're actually able to get that, because Ryze is up here now, and she's looking here at Donkey Punch. Is able to take out the Donkey Punch right through that lifesteal, but I can't imagine she had a lot of hit points. Apparently I didn't I didn't deem it worthy to even move my screen up here. I was too focused on you down there, but
No, I took that opportunity. I think I got a little bit more aggressive when you shot that arrow, just because I thought your screen was away.
oh yeah, you got knocked out of lane there, and you're like, oh, I'll go buy the items. I'll come back and I'll destroy your face. And your item choice actually really surprised me. You came back with a last whisper right off the bat.
Yep. I knew I needed boots, but at the same time, I needed damage, and I had 100 more gold than I needed for my last whisper. So I just kept that after coming back and saved up about 350, and I backed again after. I think here in a bit I'm going to try and get you with the flag spear combo.
Yeah, I think you
and
came
you're
down the
gonna back
river.
off just.
No, you
Yeah.
you didn't come down.
No,
the
I
river.
came. First time and second time I came down, straight down, and then when I saw, I don't know if this is happening yet, because I'm not watching your stream.
We're at 13 and a half minutes. So you just came back to the lane.
Okay,
You got yourself
so
a last whisper. We noticed there's a spooky in the bush. Spooky actually charges us.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
weren't too
he
sure
saw that
what-
he saw that clairvoyance. There should be a clairvoyance, because
Yep, that's how we found him.
Yeah.
Yep.
he saw that, and he said fuck it. At that point, he really had no other thing going for him, so he decided to see if he could maybe get luck, and I think
Nope. He
I
just
think
ran
your
all the way back into
Soraka-
the mid.
Yeah. I think your Soraka got close to him, in front of him, and he was concerned about the silence, so he just backed off.
Yeah, he ran all the way back. Now, we had warded the river. When we found Spooky, Olaf was actually warding Baron, and then it looked like all three of you went up to... it's not Baron, sorry, Dragon. And it looked like all three of you were going up to Dragon, so we're like, oh, okay, they got wards in the river, so just don't go up and down the river. But I think I heard a different story to that after the game.
Yeah, there was no ward placement whatsoever, and we were relying clearly on clairvoyance. And I was too concerned with losing money, because I really needed to keep that creep score up, because I was the only one close enough to you.
Yeah, I was at 105 by now, because you had left the lane, and you had pushed the lane, so I had like 4 extra creep waves over on top of you.
I was constantly just looking at that creep score. And then I started jungling, and that's when I came down at the river for you guys.
Yeah, you did do a little bit of a disappearing act, and trying to keep your hit points down, because if you're going to charge me, I want that safety net, because I know how fast Jarvan can melt faces. It's pretty silly. So, yeah, trying to keep you down, and just the last whisper was just messing with our minds. So, like, why wouldn't he go, like the MP5, or the gold for 5 items, is the typical thing.
It's at level, I think it is 11. My spear's at level 5, and I have all armor pen runes. So at that point, I had 43 flat armor pens and 40% armor pen with that last whisper.
43 flat armor pens.
Yes.
That's amazing. Oh, wow, yeah. I go back to town and like, okay, I need to get my boots. And I throw an arrow right up into Ride's face. It's just like, that's pretty cool. And we get off the fear, we get off the health drain here on Ride. It's like, oh, did that arrow actually hit? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to deliver the kill. But yeah, this is when I started, consciously trying to throw out them snipes. Worked out well, but nah, some of them still miss.
You sniped me at my healing point. What was that? What
Yeah.
was that?
That was well, you just destroyed me, right? And I'm watching the entire fight. We'll get to it later, but I was like, I
Yeah.
think they'll fight right here. But no, it was off. We'll get to that guy later. Not
Yep.
to worry. Now I'm watching Nasty up here chase off 2/3 God, who again has this giant egg of his, and it's within tower range yet again. So Nasty cannot get that kill. We were really, really annoyed with your bird, because every time we killed it, it had an egg up.
We knew if our bird was around that you'd focus that. And we were kind of counting on that in these group fights that would happen.
Well, I think it worked, pretty well right there. Yeah.
It did. But that Olaf coming back, and he would seem to wreck her just so fast.
Well, speaking of that, Olaf, this is when you finally ult me at level 10, and you're like, oh man, they're not leaving, so I'm just gonna ult them, and then we get that Olaf in here, Unfortunately, you both burned your ghosts and your flashes to get out of that, so now we just got this Olaf in lane, hanging out.
Yeah, I was debating on like letting that kill happen, but you know, I wanted if the kill happened, I wanted the Olaf to get it. I did not want you to get it because I knew what the Ashe was gonna look like.
Now,
You were
did you
gonna
know
be
that
free
we
hit.
immediately went into the dragon right there, or you had no idea?
No, I figured when you guys didn't push
Oh,
that tower, because
yeah,
you totally could have pushed that tower.
And we were super confused about this. Like, okay, they know we're pushing dragon. And Ryze comes over to the dragon, but she just gets 4-man, and you guys never showed up to help her. So we were
Well,
really
I was back at
confused
the
about
base. Amumu was still up top. Well,
we just saw
ish
Mumu
at the-
mid. Yeah.
yeah, he was in the forest, and then she said something. He came down, and I don't remember where Anivia was. I think.
I think she's still top because Nasty's still there. He was the only one not. The top lane was the only one that didn't come to help the dragon.
Yeah, and Nasty, man, I didn't see him all game until I went mid.
Yeah, he did not leave top like whatsoever. I think when he finally left top, he had some like 3,000 gold to go spend. So yeah. But I could say the same thing about majority of you guys. I mean, like we never saw Misfortune until I killed her, and then we never saw an Anivia until later on when it was like, oh, this is the egg you were talking about.
Yeah, there was no gank calls for any kind of help me out here. It was just kind of roam around, casual thing. Nothing surprising.
Well, that's alright.
Casual games are casual.
Yeah, it was more meant to be, a bit more fun, but yeah, I think everyone was trying to bring their A game at the same time. Nasty forces a flash on 2/3 God. Spooky comes back in, they're tower diving. Nasty does get the bandage combo landed onto him, but he flashes right out of that ultimate from Spooky. So I gotta be feeling not so good right there. Now down south, you guys did find our Soraka face check in that bush. And you punished her pretty hard about that. There wasn't anything I could do about it whatsoever. But at this point, we're like, Donkey Punch, come on down here, dude. And he's pinging like mad because he didn't have a mic. He could only type. So I'm trying to bait you guys into the fiddle, but you weren't taking it. You weren't taking it.
I told Jade not to go because I felt that fiddle coming.
Yeah, and then fiddle just ults anyways.
Yeah, I know. I was like, okay, well, and I hit my flag, but my flag didn't go, just my spear. So like,
Yeah,
I was
caught by my arrow.
I got caught by your arrow, but had I hit that flag, I could have gotten away. But the moment I missed that flag, it was.
Yep.
I knew I was dead.
Had the fiddle ult, we had a spear ready to go. I was like, you're not getting out of this. I'm gonna punish you for taking away my healer. And fortunately, the close range.
I was
arrow
punishing her for fearing me. At one point, I was like, Jay, if this bitch auto attacks me one more time, I'm gonna ult her.
Yeah, Trent doesn't play Soraka that often, so he's always trying to last hit my creeps. And I'm like, dude, come on. I think he stole something like 40 CS from me in the entire game. He's at 5 right now, but Jay was at 18. So.
Yeah, it's fine with. I kind of understand Jay needing to farm, because he's used to the tankish kind of people. When it comes to support, he still needs to work on his passiveness and just being there for the carry or the tank that you're with.
Now up top again, we got lots of tower pressure coming on for the Amumu, who's trying to support Anivia as best he can. Now you find us, you come right down the river. We had it all warded, so we knew exactly where you were. You tried to jump that flag on us, but I don't think Barbosa was in position, or you just weren't confident enough to take us both on. But as soon as you came back, you also had that scepter, the vampiric scepter. So you're going like pure DPS at this point.
I noticed I had to. We didn't really have any.
You didn't want to bulk up,
and I didn't have the runes to bulk up.
Yeah, because you're running all armor pen.
Yeah, so I did what I had to do in terms of supporting the character that I've used the rune page on. So I might as well continue on that DPS route, and I was counting on those crits to kind of save me in those fights. That's why I buy the the cloak first before buying another BS sword.
No, we're not quite that far into your item makeup, but you know, we're having a nice back and forth. We actually ended up warding the bush down here.
Really?
Yeah, because you jump right onto Trent. He has to flash out of your ult. You flash after him, but now I got you slowed. Now you're not going anywhere, buddy. But unfortunately, nobody's gonna come help us out. I try to, you know, do some big harass. I noticed 2 crits onto the Barbosa, and I'm like, oh, I'll just finish off with a giant arrow. Now you're all alone. I'm gonna try to jump you here. You get the ignite, I get the ignite off right onto you. You try to do the spear play combo. Doesn't quite work because unfortunately, you know, that Soraka didn't go down.
I knew I was dead.
Yeah.
I knew I was dead anyway, so, you know, do the much damage you can.
Yeah, why not, right? Now in the mid, we did have a tower dive. Nasty and Donkey Punch are able to get right.
Yep.
I can't imagine she's so happy about that.
This
now,
is when she called for me to go mid.
she called for you to go mid.
Yeah. Well, she called for someone to go mid, and no one responded. So I'm like, okay, I'm tired of playing the. I'm gonna go get Soraka. Oh wait, there's an Ashe there. Okay, well, Jay, where? Oh, you're dead. So I went mid, but by the time I got there, that Fiddle and Kali had taken that middle tower.
Yeah, well, I'm not too sure Fiddle was actually able to take the middle tower, but he definitely landed a lot of shots on it. Kali went kind of back into the river. Now, Nasty actually comes back. Let's see if we get that tower.
Get that
quite
tower.
right. Yeah, we do get that tower. And you're out there defending, but you didn't have any extra items. We had already taken bottom. Now we got 2 towers up on you and a whole bunch of kills. And Anivia actually went mid as well. I think there's 3 of you. Yeah, Jay's there as well. Wow, Jay went with a giant rod first item? Like, first item back?
Don't ask me.
Needs to see large rod to go with Ionian Boots and Lucidity. I did not notice that. Well, we're 25 minutes into the game. Might as well take a look at everyone's items. So, I think I had about a 20-minute Infinity Edge, and yeah, I went back to town and was just like, so, I'm not really taking any damage. Like, I'll get your Phantom Dancer. Like, alright, so, I got my Zeal, my Cloak, my dagger ready to go for that. I throw an arrow right through, up to Spook, I remember this, and Donkey Punch is like, alright, fine, I was getting my ultimate ready to go. Unfortunately, Anivia had another plan for him. He goes down, and I'm not able to quite catch him. I was like, I can do it. I can do it. No, missed the stun arrow. Or missed the slow arrow.
It was so
but
close.
Spooky came back into me. It's like, what are you doing? I just walk out of the Anivia ult, and you know, Prolapse there is able to take him down. He chases down 2/3 God. Can't remember if he killed him. I don't think he killed him. Might get that egg going, but I mean, Olaf is all about that burst. Now, God is able to get out. Now, oh yeah, we see you coming. We're like, oh god, Strato's coming. He has the blue. He's going to get this. Goes for the Wriggles, but Nasty's right there to ruin your day. And,
I know.
I crit you in the face for 300. And Nasty picks up the kill. How'd you feel about that?
I mean, I was content with it. There was no. I mean, I was playing casual, you know. I knew we weren't warding anything, so I was like, why should I even try hard? That's why I kind of just ran after him, because I was like, hey, I'm gonna go assassinate this guy. But you were all there waiting for me. I swear to God, you were waiting for me. You didn't see me through. No, you saw me through the wards coming through the river for the loot.
Yeah, we saw you coming. I didn't know Nasty was gonna respond to it though, but I'm pretty glad he did because Olaf got out of that. Not like no problem. But we are 26 minutes in the game, so you know I'm working towards that Phantom. I got my critical edge. That's what I call an Infinity Edge. Soraka, you know, our Soraka's running 3 gold per 5, or gold per 10, 5 gold per 10. Ugh, too many numbers. Yeah, she's running 3 of those, so you know she's buying tons of wards. We had wards all over the place. Olaf was doing well. He had himself a Brutalizer, a little bit of crit, as well as a Wriggles Lantern, and Fiddlesticks. I guess he didn't go to town all that often, because as soon as he went back after you died, he had himself a Zonia's. He like went from nothing to Zonia's.
I think the only time he used that Zonia's was at, well, we'll
later on. Yeah, I remember that too. Don't worry. But Nasty was running with that Rylai's Crystal Scepter because he did not want you guys to go. Oh yeah, you were a little bit overextended here in the bottom lane, about the 27-minute mark. Your items still hadn't changed, but Nasty's like, okay, well, I'll get the Strato. I'm not too sure you did because we found everyone else. Wriggles goes down in the team fight week, but we do got Donkey Punch throwing out his ult with the Zonia combo. We're able to pick up Ride right there. That's like 3 for 1. Nasty comes over. You're not dead. Nasty gave up on you. Came back here, mid, and now we're like, alright, we're gonna push this tower, because I mean, there's 3 of you dead, whatever. But the bird shows himself. He gets the stun off into the donkey punch, but now that he's shown himself, we're kind of interested. Nasty goes for the tower, fakes him out, goes for 2/3 God instead. But again, that tower, and you had shown yourself over here. You kind of suicide on top of me. You almost take me down, which is commendable. But then the bird goes down with you, and that's an ace.
You guys looked like they were coming after you, and I knew I was already gonna get kited to death. So, again, did as much damage as I could.
And wow, like, what I went 60% of my hit points in your 2 moves. So
see what I mean? That DPS Jarvan is a viable build, but you have to have an initiator.
I mean, well, it's huge melting pot damage. Like, there's no question about that. But just don't feel that you guys had your communication now. Like, you were off in the bottom, and those 4 were there at the dragon. We thought it was warded, but we threw down some pinks, couldn't find any wards anywhere. So we were kind of curious at this point. It's just like, how much communication they got going?
That it's about the equivalent of none.
About that equivalent. Okay.
Yeah. At this point, I think everyone was pretty much done, and we were just waiting it out.
We'll finish up.
We knew it was over, especially when the Nasty got fed. It was like.
Yeah, Nasty was a pretty big beast, that's for sure. He had a Sheen at that point, a blasting wand, another kill under his belt. So he's 4-0-1 right now. I'm 5-0-6. You guys, yeah. Ryth and Barbosa are like, we can get this dragon, no problem. And then Wriggle's like, well, we got it warded, and I'm just gonna come over here, smite it, and lightning bolt to it, and free dragon for us. Now we also found Spooky off in the corner. He was in the grass for some silly reason. We're like, okay, why not? So we chase a little bit, but of course we find your entire team. Minus you, you're up top. So again, communication issue, a little bit right there. Spooky gets the ult off, gets off onto 2 of us. Now we're just going to be turning those tides. Spooky's going to go down. I'm not too sure if anyone else died at the time. Just looking. But you were on top. You were top. How did all that go?
I wish they had. I was oblivious to this. I mean, I saw it on my minimap. I usually watch my minimap. Like I know what's going on, but I was top. There was no way. I had my ghost. I didn't have my flash, but there was no way I could get down there. And by the time I got down there, I knew I would have just. I was going after Olaf because, as you see, he comes out of there with no health. But I learned my lesson the first time I went after the Olaf. So I backed off and continued to farm because I was really hoping this would be drawn out, because when I got my final build, there would be a chance.
So you're just trying to prolong to the end game at this point. But at this point, 17-6. I mean, we cleaned up 2 boar kills. We took your blue, and we pushed almost every tower. I mean, we only got 2 towers left. And again, but you thought you could get this. Your mentality was really good.
Yeah. If it was at the end, I was just like, come on, because at the end build, you saw part of it. When,
yeah, you got a BF sword now. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going for the. Let's see. Do I have my Bloodthirster yet?
No.
Okay. Well, I was going for my Bloodthirster, and then I see this creep wave at the top.
It's a pretty big creep wave.
Yeah, it is, and I was debating on taking it or not, but I knew if I didn't farm, it was already over. Like, if you stop us from farming, you have to control the whole map, and we don't get any gold. I didn't have gold per.
Yeah, again, that kind of threw us a loop a little bit. But yeah, you're 0-4. Top of your team right now is 3-1 on Anivia. 17-6. Creep score is definitely favoring my team. 219, 124, 176. And just at this point we were wondering, are we gonna keep playing? Are we surrendering? But you guys kept trucking, so commendable stuff right there. Now, in terms of item builds for you guys, like Ryth, she ran with her Bloodthirster, which ultimately I don't think actually worked out for her. And you guys had an Aegis there on a Mumu. A giant arrow was trying to land at this top fight as Wriggles was kiting you guys really hard. Spooky was trying to get his ultimate off. I didn't let him get that crit off at all. Now I'm focusing on Barbosa. You just melt my hit points, and you jump onto Trent, who unfortunately had another flash ready to go. So you didn't get that kill. Ryth, I guess, had a little bit of miscommunication because she ulted right in front of us, so we just smacked her in the face. And Donkey Punch comes up to clean up for the ace. Oh yeah, you guys had another bird egg. silly bird. But yeah, that was, I think, your second ace now, and we're feeling pretty good.
I don't blame you. There was just no communication as to, okay, grab him. There was 2 pings. One was Amumu
Yeah.
and you guys. That was it.
And that was it? Like, silence for that entire fight?
Yeah, I had to tab to see whose ult was up.
Next time, I think we're gonna need a more talkative team for you guys. Like, we just randomly picked the team. So we happen to have 5, you guys happen to have 5. It was just like, alright, let's try it out. But, I mean, we were constantly talking, constantly warding, constantly talking. And I think maybe the communication aspect came out a little ahead there.
Well, more than ahead. I think you beat us by a landslide there. And it's part of the game. There has to be communication. It's a team game. There's no it's not Call of Duty. You're not gonna be able to solo a team unless you're more.
Damn it, I was gonna do that joke. More than number 1. Yeah. No worries. Yeah, so I mean, Anivia, she just picked up her needlessly large rod, and it's 33 minutes in. We've denied you a lot of farm. You know, just looking here at the creep waves. You know, Soraka's still running the needlessly large rod, and now a chain vest. Not too sure what the overall aim of that was, but you guys got 2 bloodthirsters between you and Rythe, and I mean, Spooky, he did a decent job of getting pretty tanky. I mean, he had that Aegis running, he had the Merc Shreds, he had the Heart of Gold and the Philosopher's Stone for that mana regen, and you know, of course, you know, stacking the gold per 10.
Yeah, Spooky picked up on his build, and he kind of felt, you know, like he wasn't pulling his weight. So he was like, you know what? All right, I'm just gonna go gank. And you know, as you see, he's just running around and with I think it was teaming up with a Barbosa at this point.
Well, we don't know where any of you guys are because we're actually trying to do a bait. I'm just standing there in your middle lane, and we got 4 of us off in a corner, like in the bushes. And I was like, okay, come get me. But none of you revealed yourselves at all.
Oh, I told him, more like I asked him like where the other guys were. It was kind of a rhetorical question. Where are the other guys, guys? You gonna go? They were wanting to go you so bad, so bad.
Would have been awesome if we had, but
I know.
You made the correct choice. I mean, you didn't go in on me, so I continued baiting mid. It's just like, all right, you 4 go do Baron because you don't need me to do it, and I'll continue baiting mid. Now I do notice you're up top, and you do have that crit now, so you're running crit with the Bloodthirster, and you're trying to stack it as much as you can. But like, what was going through the channels? Was there anything about, you know, me being here mid all by myself?
Only pings and them going back and forth, like, you know, like a kid for candy. You know, it was right there. But
Here's your chance to spotlight. I go after Barbosa, you jump into me, I don't have a flash ready, and you just crit me, I think, in my face for a bazillion damage.
Yep.
You melted me within 5 moves. You melted me, and my entire team was like, so where's my backup guys? Because I thought they said, go in, we'll be there, they can't kill you in the time it takes us to get to you. I thought they said that. Turns out they didn't. They're like, why'd you go in? They're like, oh, really? So now we're caught in this awkward place, because Trend72, I mean, that's Soraka, goes down. Wriggles, for whatever reason, decided to stay behind you guys, so now he's getting picked on. Nasty actually goes down here as well. He was really pissed. But hey, there's a donkey punch. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
We'll get a triple kill with the help of Wriggles here. And I think the only person left alive is you. Yeah, you're there with Captain Barbosa because I had gone on you guys. You forced their ult. I forced already the Soraka ult. And now you guys are in full retreat from this, you know, fiddlesticks. Oh, and you were asking about that arrow? I instantly spawn. I throw out a giant arrow. And I'm like, okay, I don't think it's ever going to hit anyone, but maybe they're going to tower dive them, you know, fountain dive them. Let's follow this arrow, I was like, okay, I'm not going to hit anyone. Bam! Hit you in the face.
Yep, and I had just got done healing. You know, like, okay!
Yeah, we got a good laugh out of it, but at that point it's like, you know, a little bit of a love tap for you.
I felt the love. The whole game I
felt destructive love there. Yeah, now you had yourself a pickaxe. We can only assume you were running for an Infinity Edge for a late game item.
Yep, I was gonna go Infinity Edge, and then I think I sold my Dorans, I didn't have my Dorans anymore.
No, you still had it. Unless you had more
Okay.
than one.
No, I just had one.
Okay, then you still had it. Yeah.
So I was gonna sell my Dorans and get a Timat so I could do some splash damage because I was fearing some Thorn Mail coming up because you saw the damage and I thought you would have told them what's up, and I figured they figured out okay, don't do the 1v1 Jarvan.
Nope.
No.
I do not relay anything of that type at all.
Oh, I wish that Olaf would have come. I wish.
Nope. It was more of just, ow, that kind of hurt. Where the hell was my team? Because that was my first death, right? Like, almost 40 minutes to get a first death. I was okay with that. We knew you were going DPS. We knew you were going to end up hurting like a boss. So, no, we were okay with that. In terms of items, so, like, we started packing up pretty decently. I got myself a Last Whisper just before I came back into lane with a Banshees to go with that Phantom. So I was feeling pretty good at this point. And we're pushing all three of your lanes. You're down in a mid inhibitor. It's 25-11. You guys clearly haven't given up, so there's some hope there. And, it's just, I think you had the most farm on your team. Yeah, you had 232 creep kills. You're the only person to break 200 on your team. You're trying to keep pace with me as best you can, but we just denied so much farm. It just got to be frustrating.
I was too scared. I'm just gonna tell you, I was too scared. After a while, because I knew sooner or later you guys were gonna catch on to, oh, the Jarvan's just trying to farm up.
Oh, we knew exactly what you were trying to do. That's why we never 1v1'd you as often as we could. I think you noticed that at this last point, because I'm pushing this tower. I notice everyone's up top. They're all doing that. Nasty just walks in your front door. It's like, hey, can you arrow this guy? I'm like, yeah, okay. Arrowed you. Nasty comes in, and you just melt. And now you're like, come on, bro. Come on, 1v1 me. We thought you were so mad. You're like,
no,
because.
Like,
we were like, wow, is he really legitimately mad that we used an ult on you to kill you? No. Now this is kind of the beginning.
I knew at that point because I mean, you already see the DPS is gone, and now it's just you're all in the base.
Yeah, we're actually tower diving you at this point.
Yeah, so I knew it was over.
Oh yeah, Donkey Punch goes a little bit too far. Gets off that Zodiac, it's like, so I'm kind of dead, guys.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's just like, I didn't mean to go that far. It was just like a reflex Zodiac.
I thought he was trolling us.
No, it was a reflex Zodiac. He totally did not mean to do that at all.
I mean,
it was pretty funny. Yeah, you're like 1v1 me, FourCourt. Come on, do it, bro. Come at me. It's just like, I don't really want it.
I was dead. I mean, what was I gonna do? Talk some shit. Why not? Let's go.
Dude. So it looks like a LoL replay crashed. I wonder if that's actually Skype frapsing. But there you go, guys. First game of the series, Captain Barbosa versus the FourCourtJester. Battle of the streams. So you could have watched it from either perspective. And I'm pretty sure it was a clean game. So it was a good game, Strato. I commend you for your build.
We'll have to do it again, definitely.
Yeah, we will indeed, sir. So that
and
is
we can
a
get
wrap.
that 1v1, you know?
Yeah, we will get that 1v1. Don't worry, one day. Maybe when I don't have to play Ashe. I wanted to play Tankwick myself, but we already had no last jungle, so it's like, yeah, whatever. We'll let him have it. So there you go, guys. First game of the series. FourCourtJester here with Strato, bringing you the insight into the game. Hope you enjoyed it, and of course, you like this kind of stuff. Hit me up, Twitter, YouTube, Justin TV, well, I guess Twitch TV. Hit us up. Give us some feedback, let us know how it is, and you know what? We'll see you next time. So, Strato, it's a pleasure, sir.
Sure was. Have a good one.